Hi friends, it's Carolyn Zook here with C6 Stitch, and today is Saturday, September. No, it is October 4th, 2025. How did that happen? Welcome to my channel about cross stitch. I'm so glad that you are here spending part of your day or your evening with me. It's already October. I meant to decorate for Halloween before I filmed this video, but I just kind of ran out of time. I got a call from my folks, so we chatted for a while, which was great to catch up with them. And then I ran out of time and I wanted to get this video started because it's already 11 a.m. It's kind of cloudy here, which I love, but it's messing with my lighting a little bit. So I have the overhead light on. It does not look like it in the video, but I do have an overhead light on, and I have a light on my desk where I'm filming on as well. So we'll do our best with the lighting on this, but I hope you had a great week. My week was good. It was pretty busy. There were, I think, 3 nights this week where I either had late meetings at work or I had like an event at work. So it really cut into my stitching time. I mean, don't they know that that's my stitching time? Anyway, I did still get plenty of stuff done, so I'm excited to share that with you. But first, I promised last week, so I picked up a framed piece, Our Hearts by Heartstring Samplery. The person it was gifted to has received it. She loved it, so I'm so happy. It was for her 50th birthday. So I'm going to insert the clip here of me showing you that I filmed it last week before I put it in the mail. So I'll insert that clip here so you can see it fully framed. So I'll put that in here. Everyone. So I wanted to show you this framed piece that I picked up from Acorns yesterday. Today's now Sunday, September 28th. I picked this up yesterday from Acorns. I love this frame. So this piece is Our Hearts by Heartstring Samplery. I finished it actually a while ago. And then Your Heart, and then I got it framed. Your heart and my heart are very old friends. I love that saying, and I originally I'd put some keys in here because there was a place for initials, and then I liked it okay, but I really wanted to put my friend's initials that I was stitching this for. I wanted to put those in there, so I did. This is a Z. The alphabet I chose, it looks like a 2, but I promise it's a Z. I do wish I had like lifted up that edge to make it look more like a Z, but it does look like a 2. So anyway, it's framed. I love this frame. This is framed at Acorns and Threads. Look at the frame. It's just so perfect for this piece, and so I think she'll like it. She and I, this particular friend and I, is a friend of mine from grad school, and so you'll see this clip after I know she has opened it already. Her 50th birthday is on tomorrow, the 29th of September, which it will be late. It will go out in the mail. But this saying, she and I, in our friendship, we always talk about how had we met when we were little, we would have been very good friends. And so I thought the saying, your heart and my heart are very old friends, was perfect for her. I don't think I talked about it much as I was stitching it. But she was definitely on my mind. And so I think this is perfect, and we love the frame. So that is Our Hearts by Heartstring Samplery, and I used all the called for. I don't even remember what fabric. If you want to know, I can look it up. I didn't pull the card out. I can look it up for you. But again, check out that amazing frame by Acorns and Threads. They do such a good job. No glass, no mat, not needed. And I will share with you what her reaction is. All right, thanks. Bye. Okay, so hope you enjoyed that. I know I said it in the clip, but I just love that frame so much. And my friend was really, really happy. There were happy tears. So I'm thrilled with that. So that was really fun. A couple questions that came up. Let me pull this over here. I had shown that I got the 2026-2027. This is the My Crazy Life by Lori Stitchy planner. And Nancy on Facebook, who is my frogging stitching angel, I sent her a piece one time to frog for me, and she did, and she sent it back. And bless you, Nancy. I will always love you for that. She asked me to do a flip through of this, so I will. That'll be a separate video, so if you want to watch that, you can. If you're not interested or already have your planner, that's fine too. But this is a great planner. She also normally just sells the 1 year. I think she has a couple left of the 2 year, but normally it would just be the 1 year. They're exactly the same. It's just the 2 year is double, double in everything, double in pages, double in years, months, double in price, right? What you would expect. So I will do that, Nancy, and I will upload it as a separate video. I'm going to try to do that today. So there's that. Then Jen emailed me a while ago. I'm terrible at email. Jen emailed me with a question. And Jen, I hope you're watching this so that you can see I'm answering your question. But she asked me, how do you organize your whips when you have put something away? It's not done. It's not finished. But you're done working on it, say, for the year or for a few months, whatnot, and then you put it away to pull it back out later. How do you organize it? For me, I am lucky enough, I have space. So I have a craft room, which I know not everybody has. And I have a bookshelf in the craft room, which is all of my whips. And I list them alphabetically by title because that's just the way my brain works. And so that's where they all live. Generally what I have started doing, because I stitch downstairs here in the room I'm in now, I'm in my living room right now. And this back half that you see is kind of my office area of the living room. And then where you are kind of in front of me is the actual, like, there's a couch right in front of you. There's a couple chairs and the TV. I'm looking at the TV right now. It's off. But, so I stitch down here in the living room so I can watch my, my Flosstube and all that. See my shirt? This says Flosstube Junkie. So what it has turned out to be, so part of it is just kind of understanding how do you use your space, right? And making it work for you. So for me, I have this bookshelf unit right here. And let's see, you can see there's not a ton in it. But there are drawers. There's drawers in here. And so what I do is each month I will gather my whips that I'm going to be working on for that month, because I'm a planner, and so I like to plan out ahead of the month. So I take them from my craft room upstairs, which is like storage, right? And I bring all the whips I'm going to work on downstairs, and I put them in one of the drawers here on this cabinet so that they're just handy. They're right here for the month, and I don't really have to worry about it. You could do it by the week as well if you don't plan a month ahead like me. And then I can just pull them out. And then in one of these it's actually... No, it's that cabinet. Everything's backwards. This cabinet is where I store my whips I'm working on for the week. So when they're on their Q-snap, I have a little basket in there that I put them in. So so when they're on their Q-snap, they're kind of in progress. I'm actively working on them during the week. Before I film a video, I store them in that cabinet. And then after the week ends, so something like Cat Alphabet, which is my gridiron piece, is going to stay in there until the end of the football season, right? Which is several months. Autumn Montage, the montages will live in there because I work on it every week. It will live in there until the end of until the end of autumn, and we change over to Winter Montage. So there's always a montage in there, and then whatever I'm working on for the week. There's kind of three places depending on how active of a whip they are. Upstairs is kind of like where I put them when I'm like, okay, this is going away for the year or a couple months or whatever. If they're going to be worked on within the month, they come downstairs and they are stored in this cabinet in a drawer. And then when they are actively being worked on within the week, they are stored in this cabinet. So Jen, I hope that, but like, remember, I have like over 60 whips right now. So not everyone has that many whips. And so that may be excessive depending on, what you have. But that's how I organize all mine. So I hope that helped. If you have any other questions or need me to re-explain something, please just ask. But I hope that helped. Okay, let's go over September stats. So September, I started the month with 62 whips. I had 2 new starts, which was Don't Drop the Potato, which is my 25/7 piece, and Arakava, which was a piece I got at the Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit by Evlia. So those are my 2 new starts. I had not planned on starting Arakava. But it's so beautiful. So I did have to go ahead and start that. And then I had one big finish, which was Antonia Roselle E. Garcia by Jan Hicks Creates, which you saw just last week, I think. And that is at the Framers. That's at Acorns and Threads to be framed. So all in all, I ended the month with 63 whips. So I net 1 whip more. Whoops. Oh, well. And the total time of stitching was 92 hours in September. So I feel like a lot has happened this week. I almost feel like, did I really film last week? Yeah, I did. We have definitely transitioned over to fall here in the Pacific Northwest. It is going to be sunny and pretty warm, like mid-70s later in the week, but it's been kind of dark and a little bit rainy, which we love, and it's very cozy. So I do have that candle is on. I don't know if you can see, but it's like a cinnamon pumpkin chai candle. It smells wonderful. Okay, so let's get into our whips. So the first up is Don't Drop the Potato. This is by Dirty Annie's. This is what it's actually called in French. And this is what it will look like. And this is my 25/7 piece. I am stitching this on a 32 count vintage sand dune that my friend Lynette sent to me. And I was going to give it a whole day, and I don't think I actually did. I think this is just all 25 minutes a day. But this is where we got to. So this tree is, I think, mostly done. There's probably some more things to do down here. The top half of her is done. And this is basically as low as it gets. And then the words are below. I think I'm going to leave the words off. I need to check, because there's a companion piece. I can't remember what it's called. Like Bluebell or something. And I'm going to do it on the same fabric. And I don't think the companion piece has words, so I think I'm going to keep the words off. But anyway, you can see where we got to. She's holding a basket, so we got the basket handle done. A lot of color changes in this, but it's so pretty and it's so much fun. So this is going to go away for the year, back upstairs. So you can see kind of, I got the first half of her done, most of this done. And so we'll be working on her dress, and then we have the field back here in the house and the cow and so much great stuff. So this is going to go away. This probably won't come out until next year. It'll be in my year of whips, though, for next year because, so this is a fat quarter of fabric. And look, I mean, we have plenty of space for the other one to go. 'Cause again, that's as low as it goes if I don't do the words. So there'll be plenty of space for the second one, which I'll show you when I start on it. But I think these will be really cute to frame in the same frame and, put them up next to each other and all that. So, okay, so that is Don't Drop the Potato. And then Arakova, which is by Evlia. Arakova is a town in Greece. And so this is like a table runner. It's gorgeous. I have found that this one is, it's beautiful, but this is going to make a great 25/7 project because I have a hard time focusing on it for a super long time, but this is where I got to. So I gave it 2 more days. So I'm almost around doing the outside edges. This is on a 26/2 grounds cloth, and she sources it from Greece. So the grounds cloth is from Greece. And so this pattern is just repeated 3 times essentially. So this is how big it will be, and then you finish it off as a table runner or whatever you want. So I think it's gorgeous. This will probably come back out before the end of the year. My goal is to finish. So I started this with my friend Amanda, my new friend Amanda, at Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit. She sat next to me at the table and we both started it, and she's further along than I am. But we made a goal to finish it by Stitch Summit next year, 2026. So we're gonna see that one a lot. Okay, so that is Arakova. Then my Steelers played for the gridiron grind. So Cat Alphabet came out. So they played the Vikings. They played in Ireland last week, which meant that my time, the game started at 6:30 in the morning, which is great because it was done by 9:30, 10, and I could just sit down and put some stitches in. So Steelers won against the Vikings. Yay. It was 24-21. Now, they gave me a heart attack because they were dominating and then they kind of let the Vikings score a whole bunch. So it kind of came down to the end there, which, par for the course, they always give me a heart attack. Anyway, Steelers won. It was 24-21, which meant I had 240 stitches to do. I did get to watch the game, so I did start on it when I could, while it was still playing. So we are doing, for our gridiron, we are doing Cat Alphabet. This is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Irina Garmashova, and I am right here. I worked on the H. And I actually got in 252 stitches, so 12 more than I needed. And we are now at 5.42% done. 5.42% done. So you can see I filled in the H. It's not done, but it's getting really, really close. I'm sure after the next game, hopefully, depending on how many points they score, it'll be done. I was really nervous about, and I don't want to jinx anything, but I was really nervous about this. I'm like, what if they only score 3 points? Like consistently, right? That's 30 stitches. You're not going to get much progress. So I'm really happy with kind of how much my Steelers have been scoring. But this is where we're at. We're at Elf. Yeah. And so I got curious. So the Steelers are on a bye week this weekend, which means they're not going to be playing. So I get a little bit of a break, which, we don't choose it, but it'll be a long stretch after that. So I was curious, how many stitches have I done on this so far since Gridiron Grind started? So I'll show it to you again. Ooh, I'm dropping everything here. You can look at that while I pick up my pieces here. Okay. So I think the L was not fully done when I started, I think. So that's how much we got. So there were 3 preseason games, which I gave. Preseason game, I did the score times 5. And then there have been 4 season games, which is the score times 10, whether they win or lose. So in total, I've already put in the past, 7 weeks, or 7 games, I should say, 1,322 stitches. So that's great. I'm really happy with it. And it's really only week 5 of the season out of 17 weeks. If they don't go to postseason, 18 weeks. If they don't go to postseason, we have 18 weeks. So we still have a ways to go. So this is great because normally I use that piece for Tour de France, and I didn't have time to do Tour de France this year. So anyway, so that's Cat Alphabet, 5.42% done. So we have a ways to go. Speaking of a ways to go, next up, I worked on Autumn Montage. This is my seasonal Sunday piece. This is artwork by Janet Stever. It is charted by Pain Free Crafts. We are in this first block. We're right past this acorn right here. So I put in 320 stitches, and I did a lot of fill-in on this leaf up here. There was just like a lot of openings up in this area. So that's where I worked mostly, and I'm trying to like work down here to like kind of move it to the right there. So if I hold it farther back, it looks so real, like in the camera. It's great. I put in 320 stitches. This one might be my lowest one that's percentage done. It is 6.72% done. The others I think are all at 10. So I don't know that I will get to 10% done on this one before the end of fall, but we'll see. This is, to be fair, the only one that hasn't had its rotation for the year yet. So winter will come back for 1 or 2 times at the very end of December, but it's had the bulk of its turn in January, February, and most of March. So that is where we're at with autumn montage. Again, we are at 6.72% done with that. Then we pulled out, we have a big finish. Well, it's a little finish, but it's a big finish. Biddy Bowl Club, October. I was working on the pillow. I'd started the pillow at Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit. Did not get it done because I had to start Arakava. But I finished the pillow. So I got the house done at the Stitch Summit, and then I did everything else this week. And so this is done. It still needs to be made into a pillow. This took me a total of 6.6 hours to finish. And then, you guys, I got the bag done last night. So this is the bag. This took me 4.4 hours. And it will be finished, into a little bag like this. It'll look better than that. There's supposed to be like a little design down here, but I left it off because I don't think it really needs it. And the stars were supposed to be in white, but I think white stars looks kind of weird on this, so I just kept them in the same color as the moon. And I forgot to do some back stitching. Dang it. Okay, I have to add there's some back stitches on the broom, which I forgot. So I have to go back and do that, and then that will be done. But that will just take me a few minutes. But so that means the Biddy Bowl series, the entire series, all 12 months, 2 charts per month is done. That is my last piece on the Year of Whips. So my Year of Whips is now complete at the beginning of October, which I'm thrilled about. So, it's been really fun. It's been so great. And I'm really excited to get these I think I have September and October that need to be FFO'd. And next year we can look for our little dough bowl full of our little Biddy bowls. So, Year of Whips done. Check. I have to make sure all the pictures are there. I'm super excited about that. Okay, I have a little bit of Stitchy kindness, and then I want to go over October plans. So this arrived in the mail, and I didn't know it was coming, and it's so cute. And it's Black Cat Scissor Co. Look at that witchy cat with a pair of scissors in its mouth. It's a cute little box, and then you open it up. This is from a friend of mine who didn't ask if I could say her name. So I'm not going to say her name, because sometimes she doesn't, you know what I mean? She wants to remain anonymous, but she knows who she is. And then you open it up, and it's just like beautiful. I'll show you all the pieces inside. It's gorgeous. So we got some Bowen needles, size 22. We got this cute little leather scissor holder with the black cat on it. And these cute pair of, they're like ghost scissors. And then they go in here. I'm trying to put it all back how it came. And then, And then it came with this really cute magnetic compact. I'm kind of hiding the image there. So there's the moon and the black kitty cat. And you open it up, and it's a mirror, but it's magnetic. So you can put like a magnet and hold your needles in there. And then it came with some Halloween Weeks Dye Works colors. Great for Halloween. And then let me show you with that stuff out, then you have like, can't really see it, but there's like, it's almost like a ring holder. Oh, wait. You can kind of see. So you can put like needles or needle minders or whatever you want in there. This is so cute. I just love it. It was such a fun surprise and so generous. So, friend, thank you so much. She had to text me and say, can you check your mail? Because I think something's been delivered. And the note in there used her nickname, and I don't know why I didn't connect the two. I was just having a moment, and I was like, oh, that's from you. And she's like, yeah, you didn't know by the nickname? I was like, I'm not really with it these days. So, so thank you so much. I love it. It's great. Oh, I got my next Just Cross Stitch magazine. which I forgot to pull over here, but I do have it, so I'll do a flip through of that as well. Okay, let's get into October plans. So my October plans, my new start, I have a couple. Surprise. My 25/7 piece for this month's worth, I have not started yet because, as I said, this week was kind of busy with work. And then I realized I haven't even prepped the threads. I haven't picked a fabric because I was going to start it last night. And then I was like, I didn't prep it very well. But I'm going to start Cats and Cocoa by the Artsy Housewife. This came out at Marketplace. I think it's a perfect fall stitch, and I'm excited to start on it. So I have the floss. I got the floss at Acorns last week. I'm just using the called for because I think it's gorgeous, and I need to find the fabric, which I have plenty upstairs, so I'm going to do that. So that'll be my 25/7 piece, so I'm hoping to start it tonight. And then I'm going to start, there's also not fabric in here. The floss is in there. This is my Garon Halloween bag. But there's nothing in there. Let me show you. I have to get a different magazine. I'm going to start. Hold on. This is in this magazine. It's just cross stitch, but it's from September, October 2011. And it's peekaboo. So I'm going to start this. I think, Kim, you're starting it with me. Am I right? I'm not going to do it on black. I'm going to do it. I had a fabric pulled and it's not in the bag. So I need to figure out where the fabric that I pulled for. It's like a murky, it'll be like kind of spooky Halloween fabric. But like this is not spooky Halloween to me. This is more like cutesy. And so this is going to be my Friday piece, except for last night when I finished up the Biddy Bowl. So this I'm going to work on Fridays in October. Our theme, Magazine Monthly Challenge, Cross Stitch Challenge, theme for this month of October is Under Pressure. And so I am doing this because the stars, there's some metallics in here, and it reminds me of diamonds, and diamonds are formed under pressure. So that's how I'm making Under Pressure work. And then our acrostic is engage or engagement. For the super challengers can do engagement. I'm just doing engage. So the G for ghost, because there's a ghost right there. And then the N for new start, because this is one of my new starts. So that's how, so this will count for 3 things in the Magazine Monthly Challenge group. Okay. Then our Saturday piece is going to be Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. That is upside down. By Carriage House Samplings. This comes out in October. It really doesn't get much more love. I'm on this one though, so I started up here. So we have the top 4 done. And we're going to start on that one. And this will count for the other G in Engage, also for Ghost. I assumed there was a ghost on here. Here, there's ghosts in that one. Not the one I'm working on, but, you know. So let's take a look at where we are. So this one is on a 32 count vanilla latte by Bestitch Me. And I'll show you the whole thing. Back up. And you can see I'm on that bottom. Started from the bottom up. So that is the one I'm going to work on. I don't know if I'll get it done or not. But this will be my Saturday piece for October. So I'm excited to pull that back out. I think this one's going to go on my Whitgo board for next year. So you'll see a lot more of that one to kind of move it forward. Okay. Then Sundays, we're going to work on Autumn Montage. And that will count for the A in Engage. And then I have, because September was AB Singo and Sampler September, I have to make up September's WhipGo calls. So the WhipGo calls for September. So my first one is a Cozy Respite, which is out of this Keepsakes 2025. I'll show it to you. You've seen it. I think a lot of you like it. It's this one with the woman in the window and her kitties and her coffee and her books. I'm stitching this on a 28 count mystery linen. And I'll show you where I'm at. And so it'll get, so for my whip go, it's 3 hours a day times 4 days. So it'll get 12 hours for September. I need to put some backstitching in her face. I think she looks a little scary. There's a lot of backstitching in this piece. And then the other September whip go call, my needle minders are sticking together, is Christmas Dinner. This is by Starburst. This is from Stitch World magazine. I think you can buy, if you Google Christmas Dinner cross stitch, I think you will get, I think they sell the chart independently now. This one is going to go on my Year of Whips for next year for sure. Okay, hold on. My needle minders are sticking together. And I know this is a 32 count antique white linen maybe. But here's where we're at. So we started on Santa last time you saw it. So Santa will get worked on more. You can see at the front there. We're working on Santa, and then we'll work our way backwards into the background because, you know, I messed up in the background somewhere, and I just figured, hey, it's going to be easier for me to work on the Santa, and then I can work back. So that's where we're at. So this will also, excuse me, also get 4 days, 12 hours, basically. 4 days. Times 3 hours each day. Okay. Then we jump to October whip go, which we also will complete. So then we'll be all cut up. So October whip go, the first call was Elegant Pumpkins, which is in the same magazines as Peekaboo. So we are getting our money's worth. I bought this on eBay. So Elegant Pumpkins, this is what it will look like. I'm probably not doing this purple. I will probably just do like some lines of shadow. You all can help me with that. I think I said that last time too. But this is one of my oldest whips. This will be on my whip go board next year, and it's going to be for a finish. It's on my needle minder fell off. It was a replacement on my whip go board for this year just to kind of move it along. I can't remember what one I replaced with, but this is where we're at. So I did work on this once earlier this year for whip go, and we got a lot of that back pumpkin done. So I think it's okay. I think we'll get it done. We wanted this to be finished by next year. So I figured this is a good month, and that will count for both of the E's in Engage. Both of the E's for Elegant Pumpkins. And then my other October whip go piece, if you believe this, is a Cozy Respite. So Cozy Respite is actually going to get 8 days times 3 hours a day, which is 24 hours of work. So we're going to see a lot of progress on that. Cozy Respite was also a replacement for something on my whip go board for this year. And it's targeted for a finish for next year. So, yeah, it's going to get a lot of progress this month. So we'll see that a lot. And then, of course, we'll continue working on Gridiron Grind, the cat alphabet piece. So that's plans for October overall. No trips planned. I usually don't stitch on Halloween night because I'm busy answering the door, which is fine. So it's really hard to get into like a routine of like sitting there stitching and all that. So, so plans for this week. I'm going to start Cats and Coco for the 25/7, hopefully tonight. That's the plan. And then tonight we're going to work on our first round of Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow since it is Saturday. We're going to continue working on Autumn Montage for our seasonal Sundays. And then this coming week, we will start targeting our September whip go projects. So A Cozy Respite is going to come out for 4 days this week. Friday, we will start Peekaboo. And then no cat alphabet this week because Steelers are not playing this week. They have their bye week. So we'll get a little bit of a break from that, which is great because I have a ton of yard work to do. And I think tomorrow is supposed to be better weather to be outside in the yard. So I have to, like, there's a ton of like car stuff I have to do and, replace my windshield wipers now that it's autumn. Just like there's a lot of things I have to do tomorrow. that are like out and about and outside. And so, which normally I don't like doing on a Sunday. Sunday's my like stay at home cozy day, but weather-wise, it's a lot cozier today. So, those are my plans. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. I'm again surrounded by stuff. And yeah, so I hope you all have a great week. I know our friends in the Southern Hemisphere are starting into spring, so I hope it's a good spring for you and that you're happy it's spring. I'm thrilled that it's fall here, and I'm loving the cooler temps. I put my flannel sheets on yesterday, so I got to crawl into bed last night with Jack, and we just snuggled. Jack is my cat, if you're new here. And we snuggled, and I think he's super happy. I'm super happy. It was just so cozy and lovely. So I hope you have a super cozy week as well, and I will see you all next week. Bye.